Greetings and hello and welcome, my League of Eagles. It's Monday, so what is it? It's Leaders and Legacy in Style, the divine masculine and the divine feminine combined. I am absolutely delighted you're here with me, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. I'm Joy Ruffin, your minister of, I bet you can say it too, enlightenment, awareness, and awakenings, and your signature style specialist. Now, this month, our theme is It's Your September Spotlight. So if you're tuning in from any and everywhere, whether it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, maybe to some of you, good night, good day, it's your September Spotlight. A call to rise, to shine, and to shine boldly, and let your presence speak way before you do. You enter a room and people say, wow. And to help you step fully into your light, I've launched my Style Clarity campaign, a bundle which is complimentary to you. It's 7 steps and a private one-on-one session with me, because you're going to have lots of questions. You're going to have questions about this and about that. And if you don't have questions, ooh, I'm going to wonder, and I like to wonder, but I want to wonder with you. So you get this and subscribe to my joyruffin.com Style Clarity. It's on the board here. So all you have to do is take a screenshot or a snapshot and claim your spotlight, because every Monday we're going to explore the beautiful balance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine with extraordinary guests who will bring you wisdom, insights, and unapologetic truth. I love that unapologetic truth. I don't have to tell you why, you know why. Today, we're going to dive deep into my featured guest speaker, Lynn. Her name is Pepsidero. Ooh, I almost got it. You know I have a hard time with last names, but you forgive me. I forgive myself. Let me share a little bit about her, because before I bring her up, I want you to just know Lynn is an independent health and wealth advisor specializing in retirement benefits and Medicare education. Well, who doesn't need that? So I want you to buckle in. I want you to open up your mind and your hearts as we begin to soar together. So Lynn, as they say on the telly, come on up and welcome.
Hi, how are you, Joy? Thank you for having me.
Oh, Lynn, I'm always good, even when I'm not, because I always take the high road and ride the waves. But I'm honored to have you here, because the work that you do fascinates me.
Well,
Because
thank you.
no, it's true, because I think most of us kind of glance through and over, especially in our young middle age. And then when we get to be a happy senior, as I am, sometimes you find out, coulda, woulda, shoulda done that better. But what I love about the work that you're doing is that you help us to explore all the options and all the possibilities. So tell us briefly, and then I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. How did you get so passionate and fall so much in love with the work that you're doing?
Well, I just recently found my calling.
Yes.
And back in 2020, I decided that I was going to get my insurance license. And I got my insurance license. A year later, I decided I was going to specialize in Medicare and retirement benefits. And it's just what I love to do.
Lynn, I don't know if I told you. If I didn't, I'm telling you now. When I became a little bit jaded and left the fashion industry, and now I'm back in it, which I love, I went into the insurance business, and I took a year off. I'd saved enough money that I could do that. And I got every insurance license that was available to me, everything, stocks, health, life, everything. But you know what, Lynn? I didn't love it the way that you do, but I met my husband. So everything is in divine order. So tell us now, how do you consider Medicare and retirement as an advisor? How do you put education first? How are you blending those two together?
Well, it's really important once it's important to find somebody that's going to educate you first,
Yes.
that's going to walk you through the process step by step and show you what you're signing up for and what your future is going to look like.
Yes, because I think that education is really important. I think so many of us, especially contingent upon a lot of variables, we kind of glance over it and kind of skip over it until there's a need for it. But the beauty of what you're doing is you're educating people when you go out to speak to all of these different groups and companies and whatever, to know that the sooner you start to learn everything that you can about it, the better off you're going to be. How have you found educating people to be thus far? What do you find most are lacking in knowing?
Well, most are lacking education.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
what I do is I educate you first, and then after education, I send you an email um, regarding everything we spoke about. And then I guide you through the process, taking it one step at a time. Because not only is Medicare your health care for life, your retirement benefits are going to be your income for life.
Mm. I'm sure that a lot of people are aware of this and know this, but I'm of the mind that the more you know and speak to other people and get your own awareness and awakening, the better off you're going to be. When you talk about retirement advisor, how are you applying that to healthcare, and how does that work for retirement benefits that you're living off of? Give us a little more details about how one does that.
So most people that are going on Medicare are retiring, and they
Yes.
have a 401k, an IRA. If you're in Florida, you have a Florida. You're a Florida retire. You're in the Florida retirement system.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it's important to secure your income for life, not only to secure your income for life, but to avoid tax implications.
Ah.
Because once you take that money out of your bucket of money, you're paying a high tax bracket at that point. So let's secure that money and avoid those tax implications.
Well, I think I'm not thinking. There's no thinking involved here, Lynn. I think we all know you want to avoid the implementation of taxes. So how do you do that contingent upon the people that you're working with, that you're assisting and educating? What are some of the means and ways that you support people in doing that? And you know what, Lynn, I don't think that no matter how knowing and how aware and how up to speed and up to date you are with all of this, I think there's so many ways that we can be educated to be more mindful as we step into that lane of knowing. So how do you help people to avoid the tax implications?
So typically when somebody takes money out of their 401k, they're
Yes.
they're gonna be taxed on it. And
Hmm.
it can be a 10 to 20% tax. So if you roll it over into a secure um, a secure entity, then you're avoiding the tax implications and also securing your money for life. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. I think that rolling it over 10 to 20%, how do you, and you know what, this for me, I am interested in awakening and educating others as well. But this is good timing for me for numerous personal reasons, which I'm not going to go into. But the rolling it over and taking out the tax 10 to 20%, how do you negotiate between the 10 and the 20? What does that depend upon?
So if you secure it the right way and you roll it over into a fixed income annuity, you're avoiding those tax implications. So you're not losing a percentage of your retirement benefits. And then what happens when you roll it over with me and I help you secure your income for life, you have income for life. You don't have to pay taxes on it right away, and you can grow your money. And
Mm.
not only can you grow your money, but you can add a long-term care policy to it. There's all kinds of ways um, to do this.
It's wonderful that it is, because I think there's more and more people today, more than before, with retirement. People are retiring earlier.
Mm-hmm.
They don't wait to 65, 65, 70, 70, whatever to retire. They're retiring in 50, 55 because of the market the way that it is. But tell us, because you gave me something that I think I know about, but I'm never, ever sure. And I'd like to get people who are more knowing to qualify for me. What does and how does FRA fit into all of this? What is FRA? I think I know, but I want to hear from you.
That's a great question, Joy. FRA stands for Full Retirement Age, and it's regarding your Social Security benefits. So, depending on your age, like
Yes.
for 1960, it's 67 and above. Okay, so if you collect your this is considering your Social Security benefits. So if you collect your Social Security benefits before your FRA, then you're gonna lose some of it. Okay, once you collect at your FRA, you're gonna get your full amount. If you decide to wait and collect at 70, say for 1960, it's 1967, then you're going to gain 8% of that every year. So, you have to decide if you're going to collect early and lose some, collect at your FRA, your full retirement age, and get the income that is allowed to you, or are you going to wait and let it grow?
Well. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, oughta. Well, as soon as you began to explain that, I received it because I remember, and I'll share this with you privately when we're off the air here. But let me ask you this. Of all the people that you meet, we're going to take a quick little reset here, and then I'm going to come back to you. But of all the people that you meet and that you work with, what do you find? I mean, we know it's education, Lynn, but what are the number 1, 2, 3 concerns that they have, contingent upon what type of IRA, 401k, whether they have or not? What's the number one issue that people want to know more about, especially when they retire and they want to have income? What's the number one question that they get or concern?
So the number one concern is being able to retire and have enough money to live off for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That's the number one concern.
I thought so. I just wanted to hear it from your voice, because I think a lot of times people think about retirement and they think about what they have, and then am I going to be able to live blah, blah, blah on that money and live in the lifestyle that I'm accustomed to, and even more so. So I get that. Lynn, I don't know about everybody else, but I think I'm never alone, even though I can stand alone. I think a lot of people need to hear more about what you're talking about, what you're sharing with us, which we're going to do when I come back. Hold tight. We're going to take a quick little reset. My engineer is going to scoot you away, and I'll be back with you in a second. And we're going to ask you about Medicare enrollment periods, which I'm going to share something private and personal with you about that. So hold tight. My leaders in legacy and style, let me invite you to join my group. It's Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. This is a group that's built for a community that we're building slowly, but it's coming together. I started with 36 and now we're almost up to 800. You're a leading lady, leaving legacies because your vision, your mission, and your purpose matters. So we want you to join our community and collaborate and connect with the other ladies there, because this is a community where we share. We don't copy, compare, and compete. We share with each other. And that's the purpose of this group. Now, I have, as I mentioned to you in my opening, a complimentary gift for you. It's my free bundle, 7 steps. It's a combination of a little bit of everything, giving you insight to all the options and possibilities that await you. It's quizzes that uncover something for you. It's a guide with information, insights. It's basic, but it's a beginning seeds, because my Eagles, we're going back to the basics, the beginnings, the rebirth of where we as the divine feminine need to be. So take a screenshot, take a snapshot, and plus, here's a caveat. You're getting a one-on-one with me to address all the concerns that you have, because even though we're in the casual mode, you can be casual and still be elegantly and sophisticated and refined in your presence, in your energy that you're projecting out to the people that you're dealing with. So all you have to do is take a screenshot or a snapshot and you'll get that. Now, I want you also to take a screenshot of Lynn's graphic. Lynn, let me tell you, you all know that I have a love fest here. I don't bring you people that are wishy-washy. I don't bring you people who are tap dancing and all they care about is what they do and not so much about you. I bring you people who care and are passionate about what they do and somewhat pioneers. When I met Lynn, I fell in love with her and I wanted to share her with you. So take a screenshot and a snapshot. Becomes evergreen. And if you're ever considering, you need to connect with her, because from there you will find that you will get the information that you need and maybe connect with several others and see the difference. I did. And you'll be amazed at the love and the compassion and the caring that she brings to you. That's all. Screenshot or snapshot. Now, Lynn, let's talk about Medicare enrollment periods. I coulda, woulda, oughta, shoulda. I'm using this a lot lately. Known, but I didn't, because you're going to help me switch over in January. But what are the periods that you can switch over? Because my hubby got all excited about 6-7 years ago when WellCare, I shouldn't have mentioned the name, was promoting everywhere. But you can do it other than the first of the year too, can't you? How does that work?
Correct. So the IEP is what's called your initial enrollment period, and that is when you're turning 65 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, if you decide to stay on your employer group plan, you can stay on that, and that's what's called an SEP. So a special enrollment period, when you can go on Medicare after an employer group plan. Mm-hmm. Now, there is the enrollment period called AEP, which is annual election period, and that's when you review your Medicare plan.
You know, I'm so over the moon that at this stage and age in my life that I had an inkling. An inkling is never enough when you want to be more thorough in what you're doing about all of this. But now, with your guidance and support and other people that I work with too, I have a great tax guy. I'm really putting and packaging all of this together for me. All of these, what do you call them? IEP, SEP, AEP. These is it anagrams? Is that what they use, or is it
acronyms?
Acronyms. I get them mixed up because for a lot of years, Lynn, I use my fashion terminology, and I get it. But people want to understand what they mean and get the essence of it so they can, when it's presented to them, they'll understand. Because when you say my IEP or my SEP or my AEP, you say, what are they talking about? But you explain it. You gave us what AEP is, the annual, what is the election period. How do they differ? You mentioned it, but be more specific.
So IEP is for someone that's turning 65 years old.
Okay.
And they have a 7-month window. So it's 3 months before your birth month, and then 3 months after your birth month to go on Medicare without accumulating any Medicare penalties. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, if you decide to stay on your employer group plan, then you have a special election period, which whatever time you decide to go on your employer group plan, it's 63 days from the termination date to go on Medicare without accumulating any penalties. And then AEP is when you do your Medicare review, and that election period runs October 15th through December 7th.
Oh my goodness, so much education here. Now, you gave me something else which is contingent upon all these nuggets that you share with us, knowing your Medicare monthly premiums. So give us a little bit of an insight about that based on all this information.
So that's really important for people to understand. Medicare monthly premiums can change any given year because
Mhm.
it's always a 2-year look back. So what happens in 2025, they're going to look at your modified adjusted gross income in 2023. In 2026, they're going to look at your MAGI in 2024 and 2020, so on and so forth. So at any given year, if you decide to take something out of your 401k or
Mhm.
you sell your house and that's income shown on your taxes, it's going to raise your your Part B, as in Bravo, on original Medicare, your doctors. It's going to raise that monthly premium. And not only is it going to raise that monthly premium, but it's going to raise your prescription drug plan monthly premium as well on your Part D.
Wow. Now there are no crazy, I don't like the word stupid. There are no stupid, crazy questions, but do you think a lot of people are aware of that?
No,
I don't think
I,
so
I
either.
I don't, because unfortunately, when people go on Medicare, they're not educated like when I'm educating someone on Medicare, I show them everything. I show them how their monthly premiums are determined. I show them, the enrollment periods. I teach them about Medicare and I teach them on their options. So a lot of these agents that are calling people when they're turning 65
Yes.
from a call center, they
Mm-hmm.
don't even educate people. They don't
No.
educate you on your monthly premiums.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's why I said I think a lot of people, most all of us, there are always exceptions, but I think most of us kind of glide and skip through a lot of things that we ought to be more aware and in tune with options and possibilities that await us if we were more educated about them. And not only when the time comes when you're 60, 65, or 55, 60, 65, but even before that, start to prepare. What do you find that I ask you this in a different way, but the people do the people who come to you, are they more interested in retirement? Well, I guess it's a combination of medic. It is, isn't it? I can see
Yes.
you shaking your head. It's a combination, but in that combination, though, they want to know about the retirement benefits and how to best maximize them. I would think, yes.
Yes, I agree. But the thing is with Medicare, if you're not educated first, then
Yeah.
there's some plans that are not available to you later on in life. And with retirement, you want to secure your income for life so that you have that income for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and you know what, Lynn? Let's face it, the reality, one of the things I said I never wanted to do was get to be a happy senior and complain about all the things the younger generation is doing. And I don't do that. But I do little small things to nip it in the bud sometimes because I think some of us, many of us, too many, have lost our moral compass. But that said, I think what you're doing as far as educating is major because now we have more people retiring earlier who have made a lot of money with their RAs and 401k they put aside, and they want to retire and live what was called back in the day and is still today the good life. You live it while you're living it, so far as I can see. But what you're doing is you're educating people so that they can be able to do that and do that in the best way, so they can live the best life that they want to. I think that's more than admirable. And you know what's admirable for me? Because it's night and day, you and I, because I have or had all the licenses, but you have them, but you love what you're doing and you're so darn good at it because I see you light up when you're talking about it. And that's what needs to be. So bravo to you. Let me ask my engineer to put up your graphic one more time. And I want you to be thinking about, while she has it up here, and guys, take a screenshot or a snapshot. Independent Health and Wealth Advisor. You won't find better. I'm a little what's the right word to use here? Maybe a little jaded, but I only bring you the best of the best. That said, Lynn, what pearls of wisdom, what takeaway, what do you want to share with people that's major for them, whether they're in it now or they're coming to it? What would you want them to know and leave them with so they can connect with you?
First and foremost, integrity. Find somebody that has integrity, because this is not only your health care for life, but you're looking at your income for life. So find somebody that cares about you, that has your best interests at heart, and that wants to help you genuinely.
Well, you said it. You described yourself, Lynn.
Yes.
And I'm a little prejudiced, but you described yourself, and I applaud you for that. I will always be connected with you because you have been so educating with me and with others I know by sharing with them your information today. Stay tuned. My engineer is going to put you in the green room, and I just want to end with a little bit of something here. Is there anything else you want to share with us before we say so long for now? Is that it for now? Any parting? You gave us your parting words, but anything else you want to share? Anything?
Call me.
Call me. I love that. That's a good ending. And that's what they should do, because you are really knowledgeable and in love and knowing about what you do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My engineer is going to put you in the green room, and thank you, my love. I appreciate you. I'll be with you in just a second. My League of Eagles, whether you thought that this was a needed conversation or not, or it's not your time, or blah, 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 I can go on and on and on. This was a powerful conversation with Lynn Pepsidero. Oh my God, what am I going to do with myself and names? My biggest takeaway today, well, I had a lot of them, and I hope you had a few. But because of the work that I do and the work that I do in meeting so many different people who do all different types of work, acronyms blow me away, because we all get somewhat addicted to them and we throw them out. Here's what I love about Lynn. Lynn, each time she gave us the main three, IEP, AEP, and something else I've forgotten, SEP, she explained exactly verbatim what they were. That helps a lot. And then in conjunction with that, she gave us the means of being able to really know and understand what your ending for your retirement could be and how to best approach it. I think that is the biggest takeaway for me. And I wouldn't doubt if it was for you too. A truth to carry with you into the weeks ahead. Because here on Leaders and Legacy in Style, we don't just talk, we're here to awaken. Remember, I am the minister of enlightenment, awareness, and awakenings. That is part of my mission, and it starts with you and your presence and how you show up, and to help you rise into your own spotlight. Remember, we're talking about you stepping into your September spotlight. Now, we said September, but you step in your spotlight every time you go anywhere. But you're going to be able to obtain my Style Clarity campaign. It's complimentary. It's 7 confidence steps that you can take and a one-on-one session with me. So subscribe today at joyruffin.com, styleclarity.com, and embrace confidence that you can wear. Because your presence, even in this casual mode, my Eagles, and you wouldn't be here if you weren't an Eagle, it matters. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Joy Ruffin Fashioning. Oh, I love this. Femininity, style, and truth. For more radiance, more style, and more power, yours, that blends style, substance, and soul together. Remember, heart and soul connected. That's what I love about Lynn. Heart and soul is connected. So until the next time, keep rising, keep soaring, keep shining, my Eagles. I'm sending you much, much love always from my heart to yours. Much love and all the best. Enjoy the rest of this week. See you Wednesday. Cheers.